Ang sakit ng likod ko, talagang napakasakit. Pero pag take ko ng Santon Plus Gold, sa loob ng 2 linggo, hindi na sumasakit ang likod ko.
Santon Plus Gold. Mas pinalakas, pinagaling, pinahusay. Santon Plus Gold. Mabili sa mga butika.
Para di madaling masira ang ngipin ng pamilya, ngayon pa lang,
Unique toothpaste for brushing every after kumain.
dahil ang unique toothpaste, may Max Protect formula.
Ngipin ay Max Alaga, Max Protektado pa.
Helps stop cavities even before they start, while keeping breath fresh with regular use.
Unique toothpaste for brushing para siguraduhin ngipin ay Max Alaga, Max Protektado pa. Unique.
Max Alaga, Max Protectado with unique toothpaste maximum fluoride protection. Manufactured by ECS Manufacturing. ISO certified world-class quality.
ACS.
Lumayo sa peligro. Ilayo mo sa iyong bibig ang salitang mahalay. Ilayo ang mga labi sa kasinungalingan. Siyasatin mong mabuti ang landas na lalakaran. Sa gayon, ang lakad mo ay laging matiwasay. Huwag kang liliko sa kaliwa o sa kanan, humakbang ng papalayo sa lahat ng kasamaan.
Proverbs 4, verse 24, 26, and 27. MX3, tagapaghatid ng magandang balita.
Lumipas at magbago ang panahon. Iisa at nakatatak ang kauna-unahang himpilan sa paghahatid ng serbisyo publiko at balita. Ito ang Radio Mindanao Networks. Higit 6 na dekada sa paglilingkod sa masang Pilipino. Sa Metro Manila, ito ang DZXL 558 Radyo Trabaho, ang inyong gabay sa hanap buhay.
Start na po.
Partners! Pag-usapan natin yan. Sila ang mga kakampi at bagong partners ninyo. Tuwing Sabado, alas 8 hanggang alas 9 ng umaga. Partners! Pag-usapan natin yan. Dito sa DZXL 558 Radyo Trabaho.
Partners, pag-uusapan natin yan.
Maligayang Pasko po sa inyong lahat.
Merry Christmas, partner.
Merry Christmas, partner. Maligayang Sabado po sa ating lahat. Ngayong Sabado po, isang makabuluhang usapan dahil traffic. Buti na lang, may nakaladkad na naman tayong dalawang magagaling na actually, hindi ko alam pareho ba silang engineers, pero pareho silang may master's degree, no, partner. Yung isa, si Engineer Norman Macapagal. He's the Executive Vice President of EEI. He's the President of EEI Limited. He is also one of the Board of Trustee ng Philippine Construction Association and the Vice Chairman of TGP Party List. And yung isa naman, partner, isa sa public servant, si Asek Paul Chua. Currently, he is the OIC ng LRTA. He has a master's degree, no? Actually, mahilig mag-aral si Asek Paul, eh.
Kaya naman magaling.
Kaya magaling, oo. Actually, ito, seso to eh. Talagang 5 bansa ang pinag-aralan nito. Talagang minaster nito ang transport and urban development.
Kaya tama-tama ngayon issue natin kasi Christmas season, traffic eh. Parang normal. Anyway, bago tayo, baka makalimutan ko lang, partner. Speaking of TGP, gusto kong batiin yung isa nating masugid na taga-subaybay, si Sirikit Galganera.
Ay, oo. Yun yung number 1 troll mo.
Oo.
Totoo ba yun o troll mo ba siya?
Totoong tao yung partner, kaka-elect nga lang sa...
Ay, oo, 5th nominee pala siya ng TGP party.
At sa FEU, di ba? Siya yung...
Oo, FEU, Triskid yun yan. Anyways, partner, let's welcome DOTR Assistant Secretary ASEC Paul Chua and Engineer Norman Macapagal. Naka-online na ba? Ayun,
Ayun,
naku,
yun.
ang gagwapo ng ating mga guests.
Merry Christmas, ASEC. Merry Christmas, Engineer.
And good afternoon din po sa
Afternoon po.
inyo lahat.
Oo.
Maraming salamat.
Tinatanong ko kay ASEC Paul kung isasama ko sa intro ko sa kanya na classmate ko siya sa Jalu, sa Studebaker. Magaling sumayaw yan. Punk dati yan eh. And then si Engineer Norman.
Alam ko ikaw magaling ka sumayaw.
Nung bata ako. Si Engineer Norman Macapagal, isa sa pinakamasipag namin na Board of Trustees to. In-spearhead niya ngayon yung aming magkakaroon kami ng relief operation sa Visayas and Mindanao. So we will be leaving on the 29th. Together with the D&D family. Alam mo si ASEC Paul, reservist yan.
Oo nga.
Oo. Military officer yan. Sana ako maging reservist din kung kakayanin ng powers ko. Anyways, ASEC Paul, Engineer Norman, nag-uusap kasi kami lagi nila Charlie and si Attorney Tranquil. Sayang nga wala pa si Attorney Tranquil, baka humabol siya. Kasi nagpupunta kami sa iba-ibang bansa and I know the two of you also have been traveling a lot, and si ASEC Paul nag-aral ka rin sa iba't ibang sulok ng daigdig. And particularly sa Europe, maliliit yung kalye nila pero napaka-efficient ng transport sector nila. May pag-asa pa po ba itong bayan natin para ma-develop natin ang ating transport sector? Yun po yung tanong ko sa inyong dalawa.
May I allow Engineer Norman to go ahead with the response first?
Sige. Thank you, ASEC Paul. Abay, Jenny, siyempre naman may pag-asa ang bansa natin na may ayos ang mga kalye at traffic sa ating mga syudad. Ang kaibahan nga lang natin sa Europe, kahit na maliliit yung kalye nila, hindi sila masyadong mataas ang density ng population sa mga syudad nila tulad sa atin. Kaya mas maganda ang takbo ng sasakyan nila. Sa atin kasi medyo mataas ang population natin sa mga syudad natin. At ang isang magagawa natin i-decongest natin ang mga cities natin sa pamamagitan ng pag-develop ng iba't iba pang mga syudad na pwedeng paglipatan ng mga tao natin. Tinatawag nila na transmigration. Kung yan maipaplano natin ng maigi, luluwag ang traffic natin, mababawasan yung mga sasakyan dahil ilipat sila sa ibang lugar. At yung mga lugar na yan, para naman maging attractive doon sa mga tao na pupunta ron, kailangan holistic ang approach natin. Yung meron silang magiging magandang lugar na pagkakakitaan o pagkukunan ng empleo, dapat magkaroon ng mga lugar kung saan pwede magtayo ang opisina o kaya mga industriya na pwede mag-empleyo doon sa mga lilipat doon sa mga lugar na yan. Maganda rin na magkaroon ng ospital, eskwelahan. At syempre, huwag natin kakalimutan, we're living now in a digital world, so dapat magkaroon din ng magandang communication. At syempre, kailangan magkaroon ng ilaw, so power, at saka magandang tubig. So, may pag-asa ang bansa natin, Jenny.
Sang-ayon po ako sa inyo, engineer, na dapat lang i-develop natin yung mga kanayunan natin para naman yung mga tao mula probinsya hindi na nagsisisikan sa Metro Manila. Kaya lang ang isang issue nga kasi diyan, yung agrikultura yung yung ating agricultural yung ating main mode na sa economy. So doon talaga sila nakabase. Tapos naging backward na yung natin yung development sa agricultural kasi nung namigay ng lupa sa reforma agraryo, wala naman mga support infrastructure na naibigay din ng pamahalaan. So nangyayari, bumabalik ulit sa dati, binibenta lang mga lupa, wala ulit silang lupa, so hindi umuunlad yung ating
Balik ulit
kanayunan.
sila dito sa Manila.
So balik ulit dito, pag nabenta yung lupa doon, punta ng Metro Manila, magkikipagsapala na naman dito, nagsisiksikan tayo. Kaya tama sabi po nyo, dapat holistic.
Sec Paul, may can we have your thoughts on this?
Yes, thank you very much, Sister Jen, ang aking partner dati sa pag-gimmick sa mga bars before during the 90s. Let's go back to our main topic for today, which is transport. Everything starts with a plan. And in order to address our traffic problem, we need to have a traffic plan, a traffic solution plan, or what you call in modern days, it's called a mobility solution planning. I have finished my transport planning TV program from Israel, and one of the observations that I had during that time was that in every developing or developed city, there will always be traffic. There will always be traffic because there is a migration of people. Tama po si Engineer Norman dahil population density. Pumupunta ang mga tao kung saan may development. However, the difference between some other countries and the Philippines is that they have mobility solutions. They have mobility options. An example would be a country that has a mobility center that has a local bus route, a provincial bus route, a rail system, and a cable car system. Meron silang isang mall doon that caters to all these transport modalities. And that is one of the plans that they did. They had a mobility plan for the people. What's in the future for mobility solution? Katulad na sinabi ni Engineer Macapagal, I also agree with him, that since we live in a digital world, there is already a mobility transport solution that is being developed right now, and it involves people not driving cars. The mobility solution that is being offered today in some parts of the world is an app wherein you will go to that app, and then the app will show you which particular transport modes that you will take. So may app ka, it will tell you to take a taxi 2 kilometers, and then the app will also book your train ride for 15 minutes to a certain area, and then book you another land transport service, another 2 kilometers. And that is the mobility app solution that is being developed worldwide right now. I'm not sure if this will work, but it offers a solution to the congestion in the road. We should remember that as planners, our roads are not getting wider, but people are getting, the people are increasing, the cars are increasing. Therefore, we have to go beyond land transport solution. So we have to either go rail, mass transport solution like rapid bus transit, or we have to go cable cars. So, di ba may kasabihan, a developed city is not wherein people own cars, but people take public transport because they are part of the developing economy in the certain area. Yan po, Ma'am Jen and Sir Charlie.
Actually, nabanggit nga sa akin ni Engineer Norman kasi we are discussing yung mga let's say yung mga legislation that the PCA are supporting sa House of Representatives. There are several legislations that they wanted to push, like there is like a 30-year plan infrastructure that includes specifically, actually tatlong kongresista yata ang kanilang engage dito para yung 30-year infrastructure plan nila is that para ma-address tong issue natin ngayon, lalo na yung problem natin with transportation, with infrastructure, because as you know, I think EEI is actually sinisisi sila ngayon sa traffic sa Commonwealth, pero as you know, they are building kasi yata yung MRT doon, diba? So
sakit mo na pagsalita.
Hindi, naririnig ko lang naman po, Engineer Macapagal, na minsan, ito kasing EEI nagbibuild ng MRT. But,
ako'y humihingi ng patawad sa mga naapektuhan na traffic doon sa Commonwealth. Pero konting tiis na lang po, pagkatapos naman po niyan ay malaking ginhawa ang maitudulot ng MRT7 na yan sa mga commuters natin.
Actually,
Jenny, ito yung mga House bills about the 30-year infrastructure program. Napakagandang pagkakataon na may paliwanag ko rin sa inyo kung ano naman yung naging advocacy ng Philippine Contractors Association or Constructors Association. It has been our advocacy to have a 30-year construction roadmap. Bakit po ganon? Para yung mga programa natin sa infrastruktura ay tuloy-tuloy na gagawin. Hindi yung tuwing magbabago ang administrasyon ay binabago yung mga programa. Kasi yung infrastructure ng isang bansa ay matagal ang development yan. Kaya kailangan may continuity at saka it has to be sustained. Ang nangyari po dyan ay yung vision namin ay inilapit namin sa Department of Trade, and through their organic arm, which is the Construction Industry Authority of the Philippines, ay nagkaroon po ng mahigit isang taon na planning kung ano ang dapat na magandang infrastructure na gagawin natin. At yan hindi lang po sa road, kundi kumpleto. Pati sa, katulad ng sinasabi ni Asik Chua, yung sa mga rails, pati subway, at pati na rin po sa, sa power at water. And including, of course, yung mga social infrastructure na tinatawag natin, tulad ng mga eskwelahan at mga ospital na kailangan din natin ngayon. Ang kagandahan po niyan, mukhang na-appreciate ng House of Congress yung naging produkto ng diskusyon namin with DTI, at naglabas sila ng House Bill, if I'm not mistaken, 8151, which was sponsored by Congressman Momo, adopting a 30-year infrastructure program. At ito naman ay napalawig pa doon sa isa pang bill ng Kongreso na 10319 po yata yun, sponsored by Congressman Sarmiento, and it defined the framework of policy among all of these different infrastructures na kailangan gawin ng ating bansa. At sa kagandahan din ng sa pagandahan naman ng pagkakataon, ito namang programang ito ay pinick up din ng Senado, at nagkaroon din sila ng Senate bill. I think it's 2122 or I'll get the number, pero ibig sabihin niyan ay ang Congress at ang Senado natin appreciates that we should have a 30-year infrastructure program para makapagbigay tayo ng magandang buhay sa ating mga kapwa Pilipino.
Singit lang partner, pasensya ka na pero medyo salungat ako doon sa sinabi mo na yung EEI ang nasisisi doon sa traffic sa Commonwealth. Kasi po, even before sinimula ng construction ng MRT dyan, traffic na. At isa sa nakikitang dahilan dyan, kasi di ba pinapaluwagan natin yung kalsada Pero eto hindi po na pero nung panahon po na si Bayani Fernando yung chairman ng MMDA, naglagay po siya dyan ng mga footbridge na kinain yung mga kalsada ng Commonwealth. Kinain niya, no? Kahit po ngayon, baybay natin yung Commonwealth, makikita po natin yung mga footbridge na nakatayo dyan, kinain yung portion ng kalsada. And speaking of pagkain ng kalsada, parang pag mayroong proyekto, laging kalsada ang kinakainan ng espasyo. Halimbawa po ngayon, mayroong mga bike lanes na tinayo. Meron kalsada na tulay na nga lang. Halimbawa sa Aurora Boulevard, papunta Magsaysay Boulevard. 2 lanes lang yan. Yung kaliwa, dati mo ng J. Ruiz, pakaliwa. Yung sa left lane, pakaliwa. Ito pa diretso, pero dahil kinain siya ng bicycle lane, wala na ngayong yung padiretso, wala nang lugar. Parang sa Japan, di ba? Sa Japan, napupunta naman tayo ng Japan. Pag meron yung mga bike lanes, doon po nilalagay sa bangketa, binibigay sila ng espace sa bangketa para yung kalsada solely pang motorista. Parang hindi ko po makita kung bakit palagi lang nagkasakripisyo sa atin pag mayroong proyektong ganyan, yung motorista. Footbridge, bicycle lane.
Yun nga yung tatanong ko kay Asec Paul also. Kasi nabanggit ni Engineer Macapagal, puro kailangan nila sa private sector, they need to depend sa mga legislation para magkaroon ng continuity yung mga project. And pag may naisip ang bagong administrasyon, napapalitan, and at the same time, nandun yung political sensitivity natin na parang maapektuhan yung boto ko pag ginawa ko to, alam mo yon. So, Asec Paul, given na nasa gobyerno ka, isn't it or is it about time na kailangan maging mature kaming mga citizen na may mga policy ang gobyerno or yung sa private sector na component naman na willing makipag-partner sa gobyerno, magawa rin naman nila yun nang tama yun. Let's say they wanted to build an infrastructure ng longer period of time, kasi creating a house bill is not simple. Ang hirap niyan pag nag-Senate, nag-BICAM, ginawa yung IRR. Minsan yung pinaka-essence ng bill nasisira pagdating sa IRR, ha? So, wala ba tayong ibang paraan sa gobyerno kahit na magpalit-palit ng administrasyon, hindi ba natin kaya na magkaroon tayo ng 30-year infrastructure plan na sustainable, and at the same time, magkaroon tayo ng policy na hindi motorista lang ang magsasakripisyo, kung hindi lahat tayo makikinabang.
Thank you. Kumbaga sa question sa mga binibining Pilipinas, thank you for that question. I'd like to say 2 things. I'd like to thank today's opportunity to meet Engineer Macapagal from EEI. EEI is not one of the troublemakers. EEI is one of the pillars and partners of the government in developing infrastructure for the riding comfort of the public. Partner po natin sila. They have been in existence since the 1950s, 1960s, and they have been a partner of government in developing infrastructure. Let me state that for the record. EI is a big development partner of the government. So they are not the cause of traffic. They are,
Si partner lang po, si Jenny lang may sa...
Buhay hindi.
They're partners.
Siyempre, mahal ko ang EEI, no? Ang laki ng natulong sa bayan natin yan.
And the partners, as partners of the government, we should complement the job that they are doing because they are doing a very job well done talaga sila, no, as a partner of the government. Second, we were victims before. Of foreign financial instruments towards developing our transport development plan. I think in the 60s and in the 70s, we already had a JICA study that is based on rail. However, because of the funding instruments like the World Bank and IMF and the other financial instrumentalities of the global economy, this did not materialize. But we had a very good plan. Unfortunately, we were trapped in the execution. But today is a different time. We have the opportunity to avail of 25-year plus 25-year loans from China. We have JICA loans that are insanely low for 20 years. If we do not take advantage of these foreign instruments, financial instruments, in developing our transport system, this will cause a lot of problems for our next generation because dumadami na po tayo. The 30-year transport roadmap is a beautiful plan. Like I said, everything starts with a plan. The plan is beautiful, and if the plan becomes a reality, there will be a lot of financial instruments available for this plan. And hopefully, within the next 20 years, not siguro mga 10 years lang siguro, no? With partners like EEI, siguro mga 5 years lang. Around 10 years siguro. Mga 10 years siguro. I think we can see it in our lifetime na makita natin that not only will the infrastructure improve, but with the developing roads, I think what will happen will also be it will lessen people migration, decongesting the cities. It will allow other nearby cities to grow their own economy, which is what will be a consequence of a federal form of government. No? Helping develop the industries will need a lot of traffic networks, road networks, mobility for the people working. So I guess the roadmap that is being provided by the 30-year transport plan is a very good step forward. And given that we have good relations with other countries, I think it is my opinion that it is the right way moving forward for the government. And I think during our time and our children's time, it will show its benefit and an opportunity to advance the golden age of infrastructure of the Duterte administration. Thank you po, ma'am. Thank you for that question.
Miss Universe nga ang sagot, ano? Hindi, actually, yung son ko kasi sa Lasal nag-aaral. So, I was asking him, magdadala ka ba ng car? Yung driver ba will pick you up? Ang sinasabi niya, no, mag-train ako. Even my daughter, pinapakita niya sa akin yung mga top card niya. Kasi nga, kasi where we live, aakyat bababa lang aakyat bababa lang ng LRT, MRT. So, efficient where we live, no? So, nadudugtungan naman ang nadudugtungan. So, I mean, where we stay, nag-i-improve talaga, lalo na yung build program ng Duterte administration.
Kahit ako dati, pupunta ako ng Makati, halimbawa. Magpa-park ako sa isang mall dyan sa North, di ba? Tapos mag-ana ako, MRT. Problema, nung pagpasok ng nakalang administration,
tumitirik na yung MRT. At least ngayon, hindi na tumitirik ang MRT ngayon. Hindi na tumitirik ang MRT. Now, actually, nagkaroon tayo ng Northern Luzon Development, Central Luzon Development. Gusto kong itanong kay Engineer Norman, kasi I think part sila nung Northern Luzon Development, parang to decongest siguro, alam mo si former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo kasi I personally heard her discuss this thing, no, during the initial stage. So, part ang EEI dun sa pag-develop nung Central Luzon, I think the subway. Tama ba ako dun, Engineer Norman?
Well, if we're talking of the development going to Northern Luzon, nandyan po yung rail natin going to Clark, no? Coming from Manila, going to Clark. At yan ay makakapagbigay ng napakagandang transportasyon sa mga commuters natin na tiga Manila at tiga Pampanga. Kasi magagamit nila yan, mabilis yan, bandang huli pagka nagawa na. And then, doon sa Clark, ang plano naman ng gobyerno natin is to develop Clark into a new city. Napakalaki nung lugar ng Clark. So yung lupa doon baka dalawang Manila may pagkakasya natin eh. So pagka yan na-develop, nagkaroon ng magandang, well, we already have the NLEX, no? Na napansin nyo naman ang bilis ng biyahe ngayon sa highway. And well, if you, I'm jumping now, yung NLEX nagkaroon din ng ng Skyway, di ba? Skyway all the way from the south going to the Balintawak entry ng NLEX. Saglit na lang ang biyahe mo kung ikaw ay nasa Quezon City, nasa south, going to Pampanga and Clark. Mabalikan ko yung Clark, yan ang plano ng gobyerno is to develop it into a new city. And in fact, yung mga ibang government offices like DOTR, nagpatayo na sila ng opisina nila doon, ng building nila. And the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, BSP, is also putting up their buildings in Clark. And meron din pong programa galing sa, spearheaded by Japan, yung tinatawag na JOIN, encouraging business from Japan to relocate into Clark and put up their offices and buildings in Clark. So with all of that thrust, makakapag-decongest yan ng malaking paraan sa attracting people from Manila to go to Clark, or at least stop the migration of people from the provinces going to Manila, di ba? So kahit papaano, kung hindi man makakapagbawas, ay makakapagpigil ng pagpapadami pa ng populasyon ng Manila at makakapagtaas pa ng density natin. So yung mga ganyang mga new developments, malaking tulong yan at uunlad din ang lugar ng kunyari ng Pampanga, at kung yan magagawa rin sa ibang probinsya, ay uunlad din yung mga regions natin. Jenny, meron lang akong gustong balikan na nabanggit kanina ni Attorney Tranquil. And
wala pa si Charlie. Si Charlie.
Ay, sorry, Charlie. Sorry
Wala pa
po,
si
sorry
Attorney
po.
Tranquil. Baka
Sorry po, Charlie. Oo. Nabanggit kasi natin kanina na karamihan ng mga tao natin are kumbaga mga farmers at nabubuhay sila sa sa lupa, ika nga. Pero dahil kung minsan hindi naman sila nagkakaroon ng magandang kabuhayan sa lupa, nagpupunta sila sa syudad at nagbabaka sakali makakita ng mapapasukan trabaho. Ako tiga San Simon kami sa Pampanga. Doon sa lugar namin, lahat ng mga bahay nakaangat. Bakit kanyo? At saka merong watermark. May watermark doon sa mga bahay. Kasi mga ano yan, made of wood yan. So napakadali magkaroon ng watermark. At palaging meron bangka sa ilalim.
Bumabaha.
Paano palagi kami binabaha. Ngayon, kung ikaw binabaha at yung pananim mo nasasalanta ng baha, siguro kalahati ng taon unproductive ka. Bandang huli, magmamigrate ka na sa syudad. Hindi ka na magsasaka ng lupa. And ang isang advocacy ng party list namin, yung TGP party list, is developing agriculture. And yan ho, and I feel very closely to this issue dahil nga yung sa probinsya namin. Kung yung mga ilog natin madidisil, matatanggal yung kung ilang taon na lupa na inagos ng baha, so bumabaw na yung ilog natin, kaya pagka umulan, kakaunti lang yung tubig na kayang dumaloy sa mga ilog natin. Ano nangyayari? Nag-overflow. At binabaha yung mga bahay na nandun sa tabi ng ilog. So yung ilog na yan, kung matatanggal natin yung siltation, lalo-lalo na sa bunganga pagdating sa dagat, ay bibilis ang pagdaloy ng tubig na galing sa mga bagyo natin na palagi tayong binibisita ng bagyo, di ba? Nasa ganon, hindi masasalanta ang ating pananim. Siguro, ang isa rin magandang gawin and this goes to the very basic planning ng isang bansa is the land use. Kung makakagawa tayo ng mga catch basin na malalaki na pagka umulan ay doon pwedeng i-divert yung tubig ng mga bagyo natin, makakatulong na hindi babahain yung mga probinsya natin at hindi natin makikita tuwing taon yung mga kababayan natin na tumatakbo sa ibabaw ng bahay nila para hindi sila malunod. At taon-taon na lang nagkakaroon tayo ng mga ganyang kalamidad. And if we can attack it at the root of the problem with these catch basins, kahit na anong bagyo pa ang gawin ni panahon, kung meron tayong water reservoir, doon lang pupunta yung tubig. At hindi makakasalanta sa mga bahay at sa ating pananim. Ang isa pang adbantahe noon, alam nyo, pagdating ng tag-araw, yung tubig na naimbak doon ay pwede naman gawing patubig sa irigasyon natin ng mga palayan natin. Na kung minsan, pagka inabot ng La Nino, wala naman silang patubig, So natutuyo yung palay. So, isa pa po yun, mga magandang infrastructure program na pwedeng gawin ng ating bansa.
Si Asek Paul kasi, alam mo, Actually, matagal na siyang nasa gobyerno eh. Naging consultant siya dun sa 1987, pag-craft yung 1987 Constitution natin. And he's a professor as well. I just wanted to ask him, kasi nung guest natin si former Secretary Gibo Teodoro, he was telling us na malaking factor ang research and development para dito sa urban development natin, 'di ba? Transportation, communication, development natin. Being a former member of the academe, yung research and development, nasan tayo ngayon doon, ASEC Paul? With regards dito sa yung pag-craft natin ng roadmap dito sa 30-year infrastructure natin. Pang Miss Universe na naman po ba ang aking tanong?
Thank you for that question, ma'am. Siguro 2 weeks from now, we will be celebrating a victory for the Light Rail Transit Authority. In relation to that question, may I just share that the LRTA was the recipient of an Innovation Award granted by the Development Academy of the Philippines. The Development Academy of the Philippines had a parang competition among government agencies, and the LRTA was given the chance to present why we should be granted an Innovation Award. And we were granted the Innovation Award. Nalo po kami. And what we will be pursuing right now from next year will be a rolling stock laboratory. It will be the first in the Philippines. We have the train set, and we will be studying the train set. And hopefully, with that initial effort that we are doing, the dream is to build the first Philippine train. And with the coming years and the development of the rail sector, it is but just natural that our rail industry should become a separate industry of development on its own. Since the railways will be traveling across different regions and cross borders, it is but important that every region will have their own rail practitioners, and to be able to self-sustain the maintenance of the train. The beauty of having that particular asset from our side, from our office, that is already a huge step towards doing research and development for the train set. But that is only for the train sets and the railway system. Now, other offices will have to do their own research and development. Research is not difficult. Research is just affirming the knowledge that has been discovered. There is actually no new knowledge. It is only gathering evidences of information, being able to process it, and being put to good use. That is actually what research is all about. Learning something new and doing it. So, as a member of the academy, I think that all institutions should pursue research and development. And as a way of moving forward, I guess the executive department should have in their structure also a research and development arm, and to collaborate, or what you call to co-conspire, knowledge learned, share the knowledge, and put the knowledge to good use. An example of which, from the rail sector, we have a rolling stock laboratory coming around the first week of January. It will be launched. The partnership will be signed, And we will be collaborating with the different engineering schools. Not only the engineering schools, we will be collaborating with engineering companies like EEI to help develop certain disciplines in the development of the rolling stock. So as an example, thank you for allowing us to share a milestone achievement in the light rail sector. We will keep you updated of the launching of the rolling stock laboratory, which actually a research and development innovations project that has developed because of the assistance of two agencies of the government working together and not against each other. I guess agencies should start working with each other. Similarly, the government should also help complement the efforts of the private sector. So the private sector and the government should work together towards development, not compete and not conspire against each other. So, maraming salamat. Thank you po for that question.
Actually, that's indeed a very Merry Christmas, ha? No, in addition, I just wanted to add dun sa sinabi ni Asek Paul. Kasi talagang swak na talagang magtutulong ang private sector and government. Kasi, nung nag-uusap kami ni Engineer Macapagal, hilig ko kasi sumakay ng train. Kahit nasa isang part ako ng mundo. Kahit nandito ako sa Pilipinas nung hindi pa masyadong maraming sumasakay ng train, mahilig akong nung bago pa lang ang LRT, gusto ko lang mag-train. Now, nung actually, na-shock kami ni Engineer Norman na ang Bombardier sa China minamanufacture. So sabi ni Engineer Norman, Bombardier pala sa China minamanufacture. Now, yung sinabi ni Asek Paul, so ibig sabihin, kasi talagang perfect sa atin ang trains. Now, baka eventually, and EEI, si Engineer Norman ang president ng EEI Limited eh. Sana lang, wag abutan ng retirement niya. Kasi baka pa-retire na si Engineer Norman. By the time na ma-develop na natin yung train natin at pwede na tayo mag-export, hindi na tayo makabenta sa EEI para ma-export naman natin sa ibang bansa. But still, it's a good news because we will be able to develop our own train.
Partner, ito, isa pa nakita kong perfect para sa transportation system natin. Kanina binanggit ni Engineer Macapagal na yung mga ilog, particularly sa kanila, sa San Simon, heavily silted na. No? Kaya mabilis sumaha. Kung siguro kung yung mga ilog na yan ma-disilt natin, baka pwede nating matap sa transportation natin. Diba? Kasi marami tayong ilog na nagdudugtong ng iba't ibang bayan. In fact, yung Pasig River Ferry, di ba, ilang beses na yan na ina-attempt na panahon pa ni FBR, meron na yan eh. Pero nagkataka lang ako, bakit hindi umuunlad yung ating river ferry system? Samantalang may pulo-pulo tayo or mga maraming ilog na pwedeng itap, bakit hindi po tayo hindi natin mapaunlad? Baka naman po kulang sa research and development to, Asek.
Kaya nga train system ang maganda sa atin. Kasi I think even diba Asek, kasi yung ibang train system even in Europe tumatawid ng dagat at ilog eh.
Kahit sa Hong Kong, diba, yung tawid, yun?
Subway. Ewan ko, hindi ako engineer. Silang dalawa engineer, hindi ako.
I'm sure Engineer Macapagal will agree with me that with engineering, nothing is impossible. Everything is possible. As a fellow engineer and scientist, everything is possible.
Pareho silang engineer kaya tayo ako nag-i-engineeran lang ako eh.
Tayo based lang sa observation natin.
Based lang ako sa observation. Yeah. Actually, yung EEI kasi, kaya nga I was asking yung sa research. Inquisitive kasi ako. Tanong lang ako ng tanong. As you know, I'm a business woman and my business is into technology, but I hire computer engineers and computer scientists. So, para lang ako nagluluto, sinasabi ko sa kanila what I want. So, minsan, nagtatanong ako kay Engineer Macapagal or minsan, nagtatanong ako kay Asek Paul, is this possible, Asek, or what? Or minsan, kay Yusek Epi, pag gumagana lang yung utak ko. And I learned from, pag may gusto kong pakialaman na buhay ng may buhay, nalaman ko kay Engineer Macapagal na ang EEI pala, they train their own people. Kaya pala napaka-efficient ng construction system nila. Tinitrain muna nila, hindi sila basta-basta nag-hire ng gagawa ng tulay, gagawa ng train station nila, because they undergo, hindi sila basta nag-hire ng karpintero. They undergo certain training. May mga training centers sila. Ganon yung ginagawa nila. So, importante rin pala yung education. So, sinasabi nga ni former Secretary Gibo, hindi lang naman talaga tayo kailangan maging yung 4 years course talaga na college degree. Pwede rin namang technical and vocational. And this country can move forward. Isn't it?
Last
Diba?
question tayo, partner.
Yeah, oo. Pero Merry Christmas yung sinabi. Talagang Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
Talagang Merry Christmas yung sinabi ni Asek Paul.
Nakakataas lang
Nakakataas ng moral yung sinabi ni Asek Paul. Anyways, last question. Ikaw na naman.
Ikaw na.
Ako na naman. Ang daldal ko. Anyways, Asek Paul, Engineer Macapagal, kay Asek Paul muna. Asek Paul, sa LRTA po, what do we expect in the coming, kasi last six months na lang po ba ang administrasyon na to?
6 months and
beyond.
1 week.
May aasahan pa po ba kami sa LRTA na improvement? Kasi nakita ko malaki ang improve ng LRTA.
Yung MRT Commonwealth, kailan
Hindi, pero yung LRTA muna, kay Asek Paul, ang laki ng improvement eh. After po ba nito, may aasahan pa po ba kami from this 6 months and beyond? Meron pa po ba kaming maaasahan na panibagong improvement from LRTA?
Again, Ma'am Jen, thank you for that question. Thank you for that wonderful question. Ma'am, as I mentioned, everything starts with a plan. Moving forward, being a career executive, we will aspire or plan to look forward to building more light rail transit systems all over the Philippines. I will have an article coming out next week, Thursday, sa Manila Times. I am a regular contributor at the Harvard Veritas of the Manila Times, and I have written a piece on expanding the railway systems in Cebu, Davao, Cagayan de Oro, and hopefully we can transition this into actuality moving forward the next administration as a career official. Second, I'd like to take this opportunity to invite our generous hosts for today, Boss Charlie and Ma'am Jen, together with Engineer Norman. We will be signing a collaboration project with the Development Academy of the Philippines first week of January. We would like to invite you to come and be a collaborator. At this time, we should all be working together for the common good and for national development. I'm sure Engineer Norman, being one of the pillars of strengthening the partnership of national development in the country, will be more than willing to be part of the collaboration to develop our first Philippine train. To be there as a witness and as a potential partners in the helping do research work with the students, because it will be the students who we want to develop, because ang train po ay simple lang po, mechanical, propulsion, electrical. It's easy to do research if you have the right partner. And I think EEI will be a very strong partner for us. And syempre, our generous host for today, information dissemination is very important because knowledge is nothing if it's not shared. And I think it is through the programs of our generous host here that knowledge can be shared. And the invitation for the students to come join us and collaborate with us is also very important. So I hope you can be with us as we start the new year with some good news and hopefully inspire the students to look forward to better things to happen in the railway sector. And for the Light Rail Transit Authority, for the next few months, since I am just designated as the officer in charge right now, we shall be doing our planning session for the year, and hopefully the next administration will support the planted programs that we will be working out in helping develop building light rail transit across the Philippines. Thank you very much po, Ma'am Jen.
And Engineer Macapagal, ilan pa po bang skyway ang ating i-expect at ilan po bang mga tulay, subway para mapabilis pa po ang aming pagbabiyahe at marami pa po ba kaming may expect na kumbaga growth in terms of infrastructure at mababawasan na po ba ng konti ang traffic dito sa ating particularly sa Metro Manila?
Bago po sagutin yan, Jenny, I would like to congratulate ASEC Chua for the award they got for the innovation of LRTA. Congratulations. And I'm very honored that you're inviting me to your event in January. I look forward and I'll be honored to participate in that occasion. Tapos, yung sinabi ni Charlie kanina of using our river waterways as a means of transportation, I think it's a very novel idea and I think it should be given a lot of hype and promotion so that some businessmen will actually undertake it. Kasi ang top resources yan. Parang ano yan, parang kalye yan na hindi natin ginagamit.
Maraming atente.
In terms of development on roads, subways, Jenny, kami karpintero lang kami, no? So kami tigagawa lang, tigapukpok sa mga infrastructure program natin. Pero napakaraming programa ng gobyerno natin na doon sa Build program na kung tutuusin, mga blueprint yan na matagal na talaga ngayon lang talaga inilalatag. Sana matuloy nga yan. Yung subway, yan magsisimula from Bulacan, Valenzuela at tutuloy yan sa Quezon Avenue hanggang sa airport natin. So pagka yan natuloy, napakaginhawa rin ng pagpunta ng mga tao towards the airport. Samantala ngayon, kung ikaw bibiyahe, anong ginagawa mo? 2 hours before your check-in time, maalis ka na ng bahay. Kasi natatakot ka na baka mamaya matraffic ka, hindi ka na makapag-check-in on time. Yung sa Japan, kunyari, mula sa bahay nila, paglabas nila may train station. Yung train station na yon, dire-diretso na sa ilalim ng airport. Pag-akyat mo, airport na, check-in ka na. So yung travel time mo, saglit lang at walang balakid ng traffic. There are no traffic at all and then they can really plan their time.
Okay. Maraming salamat po.
Kulang na naman ang oras natin. Thank you so much. Yung captain ng industry natin, si Engineer Norman Macapagal, sana ma-invite namin kayo uli. And ASEC Paul Chua, maraming pong
at
salamat.
Merry Christmas po sa inyong dalawa. At sa ating mga taga-subaybay.
sa
Sa
inyong
inyong-
dalawa and thank you for having us.
Opo.
Opo,
Merry
salamat po.
Christmas
And
po
Asset
sa inyong
Paul,
lahat.
Pupuntahan
Asset
namin yung
Paul.
yung invitation.
Congratulations.
Congratulations po.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thank you po.
Goodbye till next Saturday po.
Thank you very much.
Anong nangyari? Totoo ba ang mga sinasabi? Baka sabi-sabi lang yan. Kaya bigyan natin ng linaw. Ang mga maiinit na usapin lalo na sa politika na may pakialam si Juana at si Juan sa programang Partners. Pag-usapan natin yan.
Partners, pag-uusapan natin yan.
Kasamang mga partners ng bayan, Attorney Tranquil Salvador, Jenny Munar, Charlie Manalo at Attorney Terry Ridon. Partners, pag-usapan natin yan. Sila ang mga kakampi at bagong partners ninyo tuwing Sabado alas 8 hanggang alas 9 ng umaga. Partners, pag-usapan natin yan dito sa DZXL 558 Radyo Trabaho.
Partners, pag-uusapan natin yan.